Lace up the shoes, chase W's, play the beats, leave it in the street, case on the news. What I do.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And an alley to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 27 yards there, a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And the pressure gets to him again. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped out, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Block now to throw. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Samson Abuka able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Block going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold with the extra point. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a string.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll run on first down. Patterson. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 40 now on second down. Stafford under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now it's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the pass.
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 28. 20.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
90-wolf.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there for the Niners. 47 yards.
Come on, fellas.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Stafford, open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now Johnson.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Stafford on 1st down. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
Ladies!
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lock. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They fake the handoff, now Lock. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell. That is just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the 50, it's Stafford. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Yellow lady! Yellow lady!
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
56, right there, 56.
Patterson on the draw play. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That was very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now this throw caught left side. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
On the ball.
Clock now on 1st down. Taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Here's Johnson, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. On first down, Locke. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Locke now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Locke. Taking a shot for Sam. That's caught inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. From 19 yards away. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
This play is under review.
Locke's pass complete to number 80.
Now Gold for the extra point. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Niners 21, Lions 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. A big play there for the Niners. 48 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 8 yards out, and the Niners are able to stretch their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll get this one to Golladay. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To the air again, Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Again, it's Stafford. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Throwing is Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game. They feel better about themselves, and now they have a chance to make some more plays.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Taking a shot for Samuel, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. Is big, and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, the open man is Westbrook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Stafford now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 20.
They go to Johnson again. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays.
Touchdown, 49ers! A big play there. 78 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
So here come the Lions now. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. The second down attempt there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Throwing on third down, Stafford. Oh, a strap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain at 25 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Quan Alexander able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Stafford throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. Stafford. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's make these babies cry on the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry on the way back.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford, rush coming, and he's taken down. Solomon Thomas, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. To throw on third down. Stafford under pressure again, and down he goes again. Quan Alexander able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage that's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Taking a shot for Samuel, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They look to throw. It's Locke. They'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because they're building.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Devon Kennard able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue.
Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Set, score. Check 56. Hey. Shoot.
Clock now on 1st down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Get ready.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player?
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Gold with the extra point.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Coming to you.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Complete to Jones. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, 76 yards. And it's for pride now, but the Lions do get a bit closer.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
56. Hey, let's get this. 56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. Okay, jump down.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's locked. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Lions will take over. On the NFL scoreboard, 4th quarter now at Soldier Field. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Great. Hey, Zoo. Get that quarterback at all costs.
Following the fumble recovery, it's locked. Taking a shot for Samuel. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10.
Hey, let's go.
A gain of 32 that time. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just... And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel there to make the grab. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Niners. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Open man is Galladay, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he...
And nothing but daylight ahead. 30, 10, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
This fielded at the 2. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The end result, 21 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And Detroit getting set to go now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final? Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the...
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the...
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 23. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's complete to Jesse James. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw is Stafford. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Stafford now to throw. And he's going to go down again. DeForest Buckner getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on fourth down. Jones has it, but they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Here's Locke to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll actually throw it with Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.